Hello guys, today we'll talk about when this obscene Gen 1 pandering began. Of course, we're only talking about main series games, not, spin-offs. So of course, Red, Blue, and Green and Yellow are the first games, and you can't really say Gen 1 pandering because they're the first Pokemon games. Duh. The second games, Pokemon Gold and Silver, you can kind of argue whether they pandered to Gen 1, but they kind of were made as sequels. Because you can go to Kanto, the other game, and all the Pokemon in the game are Gen 2 or Gen 1 Pokemon, and it was kind of like an expansion on Gen 1, and kind of a sequel to Gen 1. It takes place after Gen 1. So, when did the obscene Gen 1 pandering start here? No, not really. The Gen 1 pandering did not start here. People will say, oh, it did, because, it could go into Kanto in the second game. No, it's because both of the regions were connected. That's the reason why I can go to Kanto. It's because both of the regions were connected, and the games. But yeah, people will say like, oh, and even the Victory Road is the same. It's kind of the same Victory Road. It was kind of like an expansion on the first games. It also takes place a few years after the first games as well. So, no, this pandering did not start. Next is Ruby and Sapphire. There wasn't really much Gen 1 pandering here as well. You could even get some Pokemon from Gen 1 in this game. They did add some new. All they did was improve on Pokemon. They had an entirely new region that was very likable with a lot of likable Pokemon. So, a few Gen 1 Pokemon did get pre-evolutions and evolutions, but so did Gen 2 Pokemon as well, got evolutions and pre-evolutions as well. So, can't really say this generation really pandered to Gen 1 that much. There were Gen 1 Pokemon in the Pokédex, so there was Gen 2 Pokemon, so there was a variety of Pokemon from all three generations in this game. Next is Generation 4. Next is Fire and Leaf Green. These are the first remakes in Pokemon. And they really were. People will say this is Generation 1 pandering. Well, these games started a trend of remakes, so I don't really call this pandering. Why? Because they're remakes of the games, and also in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, you couldn't get all the Pokemon either. Yes, you could get all the Pokemon by anything else. So it's kind of necessary to get the remaining Gen 1 Pokemon you couldn't get in the game, and a few Gen 2 Pokemon after. And there was also a post game that gave us the Sevi Islands, which you could catch several Gen 2 and Gen 3. There were several many Gen 2 Pokemon here, so you can complete the Pokédex easier in the other games. Emerald, it made you want to catch the rest of the Pokemon, but it wasn't really that interesting, okay? It wasn't really in terms of Gen 1 pandering, so Gen 4. The Gen 4 stopped the pandering. That's what we'll be talking about. The Gen 4 really stopped the pandering. Not really. They gave evolutions to many Pokemon. They gave many Pokemon evolutions that needed evolutions. Yanma, Lickitung, that even though it wasn't that great of Pokemon, Miss Magius, and there were so many other Pokemon that needed evolutions. Most of the Pokemon added were Pokemon that were many Gen 2 and Gen 3 Pokemon, okay? If you look at Pokemon by Pokédex Master Pokédex number, they didn't overall say Gen 1 is the best. They gave Roseaway the pre-evolution and evolution. They gave... Okay, up here. They gave Apom an evolution. Before that, Apom was one of the worst Pokemon to use. They gave, those other two Pokemon I said earlier, Honchkrow and, Murkrow and Mischievous. They gave for some reason they gave Timeko a pre-evolution. They gave Sudowoodo and Mr. Mime and Chansey pre-evolutions. Which, I wonder why they still exist today. They gave Snorlax a pre-evolution. And they gave various other Pokemon that needed evolution, such as Magneton, Lickitung, Mydon didn't really need evolution, Tangela needed evolution, Togetic needed evolution, Yanma needed evolution, two new evolutions, evolution for what was it? Pokemon called Electabuzz and Magmar, which also got pre-evolutions in Gen 2. Um, they also gave Gligar and Piloswine evolutions, Porygon 2 an evolution, Notelia another evolution, Nosepass an evolution, Dusclops an evolution, and Snow another evolution. They kind of gave to every generation evolutions. Okay, they kind of gave, and Gen 5 wasn't really was probably the least pandering to Gen 1 outside of giving a bunch of new Pokemon evolutions. So, and there wasn't really any massive innovations in terms of Pokemon. It was just a new generation introduced for many new Pokemon to be used. And it gave us a lot of Pokemon that needed evolutions badly. Next is Gen 5. No, they didn't even put any older Pokemon in black and white. The only Gen 1 pandering was keeping Pikachu in the anime. But Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon, so they kind of didn't want to kick off Pikachu off the anime. Same thing with black and white too. What is the Gen 1? Next is X and Y. I can safely say X and Y was when the Gen 1 pandering started. A tiny bit. No, they started it. Let's first look at the Pokemon that got Mega Evolutions. Charizard got 2, and Mewtwo got 2. Yes, these Pokemon got 2 Mega Evolutions. While everyone else was stuck with a paltry 1 Mega Evolution. And it's just, why? And then the Gen 1 pandering therefore began. And therefore got worse by game, till we got to Sword and Shield. These are Pokemon, or these are game exclusive Pokemon. There were new Pokemon introduced and stuff, and many Pokemon got Fairy type as well. A lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, of course, got it. But you can see here, still a ton of Gen 1 Pokemon, a few Gen 2 Pokemon, and Gen 3 Pokemon. And these are all the Pokemon that got Mega Evolutions, and a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But you can kind of see that Gen 1 has the most Mega Evolutions to begin with Charizard and Mewtwo already having 2. Gen 3 was the only other generation that really had as many Mega Evolutions, being... Oh, there's a Mega Evolutions introduced in Gen... Oh yeah, this is X and Y. And Hoenn added more Pokemon that got Mega Evolutions. Even though a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon got Mega Evolutions, most of them were deserved, there was still a few, they still had to sneak in a few more Gen 1 Pokemon. Even though it was about Generation 3, they still gave a bunch of Gen 1, at least they had to make sure Gen 1 had a few more. Gen 3 actually had the most Mega Evolutions, but Mega Evolution was popular during Gen 3, which gave literally the same amount as the last game. So you can really see that the Gen 3 was pandering. And then Gen 7. This is when the Gen 1 pandering started. Remember the Aurora forms? Well, how about every Aurora form being a Gen 1 Pokemon? No other Pokemon got Aurora forms. Yes, no other Pokemon got Aurora forms that are not Gen 1. Galarian forms that one non-Gen 1 Pokemon. But didn't you realize that when you see Pokemon get new forms nowadays, it's always Gen 1 Pokemon. Pikachu got more Cap forms as well, which we really didn't need. And then let's go Pikachu and Eevee. These games are proof that Game Freak has basically just said, hey, let's just make a game with just Gen 1 Pokemon, because that's everybody's favorite generation, right? It's not like there's 6 other generations of Pokemon in the game, in existence. Yes, we can skip these games, because they're basically Gen 1 pandering at the best. And then Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield has the same problem. Most of the Galarian forms are Gen 1 Pokemon. Yes, Gen 1 Pokemon. Because the only ones that weren't were Zigzagoon. But the rest are all Gen 1 or Gen 1 evolutions. And this is the problem here. It's all Gen 1. And you look at Gigantamax, they haven't updated yet. Besides the 3 new Pokemon, it's all Gen 1. So the Gen 1 pattern really started in Gen 6. Gen 6, yeah, not Gen 5. And I think the Gen 1 pandering really started after the Gen 1s complained about Black and White. Because Black and White was really a soft reboot of the franchise. Could get all the other Pokemon in the game, but it was all new Pokemon. And even in the other region, there were many Pokemon you could get. Yeah, and you had to use all new Pokemon. People say, oh, Sword and Shield was a soft reboot, but Noggin said, no, it was Black and White, because they had all entirely new Pokemon. If Pokemon was going to ditch all the other Pokemon, they would just make Sword and Shield of entirely new Pokemon like Black and White. I wish I could forgive them for that, because, oh, we're starting a new slate of new Pokemon. But of course they have to make sure the precious Charizard and Pikachu are not cut out from the game entirely. And that's basically it, the history of Gen 1 pandering. Gen 1 pandering kind of started after Pokemon started going downhill like heavy Gen 1 pandering. Because before Black and White and Gold and Silver had references to all previous gens. Of course, Gold and Silver only had Gen 1 to reference to. Ruby and Sapphire had references from both games. Pokemon Sun and Moon even have reference Gen 5. But the Gen 1 pandering really started with X and Y. There were some Gen 1 moments in these other games, but they were kind of balanced with other generations and mostly stayed within their own region. But the Gen 1 pandering really started with X and Y, where we can even get the other. Oh, and don't forget, and the X and Y can get the other Kanto stars. I forgot about that. So, really, the Kanto pandering did start in X and Y, as I said before. The fact that he gives Charizard 2 Megas, and he gives Kanto starters as well. Even though if we want to introduce Mega Evolution, he sort of gave them to the actual new starters. And that's the history of Gen 1 pandering. Goodbye.